Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And this is a post-Passover lesson. You know, I just got done with my dinner, my lamb, my red wine, my unleavened bread, my bitter herbs, and that's what we men of the Lord did. Rehearse the righteous acts. So, you know, this is I'm kind of gotta keep it down. You know, people sleeping, but nonetheless, we rehearsing the righteous acts, and I'm gonna go into the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, and talk about the Lord's Passover, how he passed over our households in ancient Egypt, and we were delivered from Pharaoh's hand, you know, from the Egyptian captivity. And we pray that this is the last Passover on this side, on the last Passover in Babylon. You know, we pray that the next Passover is going to be in the kingdom. And we see prophecy speeding. So, you know, we're definitely in exciting times, and we just got to keep pushing and hang on a little longer. So, got the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and we'll begin at the top. It reads, "And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." So yeah, right off the top, because we follow the Gregorian calendar, we follow Esau's calendar, but according to the scriptures, the new year doesn't begin until the springtime, which is around March. Verse 3, "Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb." So, you know, that we rehearsed the righteous acts. So that's what we did. We got a lamb. Obviously, it's not without blemish, because, you know, we're in captivity. We're rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability. That's what we need, Yahweh Shai. Verse 5, "Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening." And that's another thing, you know, we bought it from the store. "And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door post of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it." So that's what we did. You know, we got the lamb, we cooked it. You know, we cooked it well done. We made our unleavened bread, and we got our bitter herbs. Obviously, we didn't put the blood on the doorpost, but we're in that same spirit. We're in that same spirit that our forefathers were in ancient Egypt. Verse 9, "Eat not of it raw nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire." So we're pretty much just throw away whatever is left over, because again, we're in captivity. And that's what we did, Salakia. This is post Pesach, but point of the lesson, remember the Passover, because it's a high holy day and a commandment for us to remember and rehearse. Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. So we were already on the move. That's why we didn't add no leaven to the bread. We were about to get freed from Egypt. So that's why we have to eat it in haste. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord Yahweh. And we're praying to that same power that executed judgment in ancient Egypt. And that's exactly what he's going to do this time around. He's going to execute his judgment here on Babylon the Great, which is modern day Sodom and Egypt. And we're praying that our house is worthy to be delivered from that destruction. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. You see that? And I'll pivot to Salaki, excuse the mess, but I'll pivot to the Apocrypha. And this reminds me of Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10. And it reads, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So our forefathers in Egypt, we were in captivity, but we followed. You know how Moses told us how to cook the lamb, put the blood on the doorpost, make the unleavened bread. We did that in fear of the Lord, but also with faith that he was going to deliver us. And that's exactly what we're doing this time around. And Lord willing, this is the last Passover. We have faith that the Lord is going to come through for his elect. And we pray and do everything in our power to be counted worthy, to be numbered among the hopeful elect, and to escape the wrath that the Lord is about to unleash via his sword, Esau, Edom. This was to say, and I shall smite Egypt with plagues. Let's get Second Esdras. (15). So I can't see. Gone. This Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 11, it reads, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So this is modern, like I said, modern day Sodom and Egypt. This is the spirit of Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, the Roman Empire, all rolled up into one wicked empire that's on its last leg. We see the writing on the wall, and we know this place is on the verge of collapse, and it's going down. This place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, those nuclear missiles, and the chariots going to finish it off with that concentrated laser beam right after the elect get beamed up. So, we have the mysteries. What the scriptures say, it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom, but to them it is not given. So it's a blessing to have the spiritual eyes to decipher these scriptures and to actually have faith. So back to Exodus chapter 12, and I was read 13 again. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. You see that? And then a parallel to this time, the elect are going to have that mark of exemption, that tawah, that's going to exempt them from the Lord's wrath and judgment. Verse 14, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord Yahweh throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. So that's a commandment that the Israelites have to keep the Passover. And it's going to be forever. You know, even in the kingdom, we're going to keep the Passover. Verse 15, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And that's why, so we're in captivity. So we're following it to the best of our abilities. And that's why we need Yahweh Shai. Because without the blood of Yahweh Shai, we will be through. We're not worthy. So with Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, that makes the elect exempt from having to follow the law 100%, because in the ancient world, we would be put to death or we would be cast out. Verse 16, and in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. And this time around, the Lord is going to deliver us from this final captivity, which is Babylon the Great, America, the last captivity. We're about to be freed. Adawan Ratazah, we endure unto the end. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations, shall ye eat unleavened bread. So obviously that's why we pray to the Lord for mercy, because we don't even know what's, you know, your ingredients could say there's no leaven in it, but you don't even know what's in your food nowadays, because we're eating our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. Verse 21, then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Verse 23, for the Lord Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. So that's what we pray for this time around, that the Lord delivereth us from the chaos and destruction that's coming upon the face of America, Babylon the Great. We just saw And it's spiritual because Trump and I believe the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and Australia were talking about how we have to conserve our energy. Pretty much lockdowns, more lockdowns are coming, which is going to lead to more economic distress, uproars of the people, and ultimately Jacob's trouble intensifying. So we see the destruction and chaos at the door, and we hasten it. We want the Lord to bring judgment, because that means the kingdom of heaven is next. Yahweh Shai's return is imminent, and we have faith in that. Verse 24, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord Yahweh will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed the head and worshipped. So, via the reincarnation, we could have been in the first Passover, we could have been in ancient Egypt in the original Passover, and I'm speaking as a man, but our forefathers, all 12 tribes, were in ancient Egypt during that time. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. So you can imagine they were bugging out. Oh, so much death, the firstborn. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord Yahweh as ye have said. So we were freed, through the Lord's will. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. He said, bless me also, And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men. So the fear of the Lord was instilled in them. People in this society don't fear the Lord. But pretty soon, the Lord's going to unleash his wrath, and you're going to know Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's name, and you're going to know his terror. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, and their kneading troughs being bound up, and their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. So another thing this time around, how people have underground bunkers and they have food, how do I say it? They're hoarding food and all kinds of supplies for the apocalypse. A lot of those is going to be for the elect, The elect are going to stumble upon those things. And even during Jacob's trouble, these troops are going to show us favor, through the Spirit, I perceive. That's how we're going to be able to endure and not be touched. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. So we were captive in Egypt for 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even that self same day, it came to pass that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord Yahweh for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel and their generations. And this is the final generation. The final generation. And we're observing the Passover, how we were commanded through the Spirit in truth and sincerity. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall they be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad, out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. And that's another thing that some brothers are not circumcised. So that's another reason why we know we're in captivity, because we can't keep this 100%. Verse 49, one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord Yahweh commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And then the final verse 51, and it came to pass the self same day that the Lord Yahweh did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. So we were delivered from captivity in ancient Egypt. And like I said, Lord's will, this is the final Passover on this side, Babylon the Great, America. We see it crumbling, and it's beautiful to see. So we just got to keep enduring, because we got Salakia, my throat's super dry. Should have brought some water, but we got the MOTB, Mark of the Beast microchip, which is imminent. Once the system collapses, you already see it talking about energy lockdowns. That's going to cripple the economy. World War III is at hand. World War III is here, and it's only going to intensify. And then the final prophecy is the return of Yahushai and the deliverance of the elect. Just how another aspect to this is when we were freed from Egypt, but then Pharaoh came after us, and then Moses split the Red Sea. That's spiritual power right there. So the elect men have that type of power coming their way, Lord willing. And we have faith in that. We just got to keep doing this work, keep pushing the word, and keep pushing forward and enduring. So I pray this quick Passover lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.